Okay, I think we're live now, Ina.
Oh, okay. I see. Wonderful.
Yes.
Hi,
Yes.
feel wonderful. Finally,
Hey.
you're here.
Yes.
We've been preparing for some time, so I'm happy to see you here, and thank you so much for joining me today and agreed to participate in this amazing experience. So today we are going to talk that AI won't replace you, but your old mindset can, for sure. So we will discuss how your brain sabotage your income, your opportunities, your career, and what it takes to stay relevant in the new era, age of AI, let's say, or new world, how we would like to call it. And while old thinking patterns and outdated thinking and approaches rapidly losing their power.
Yep.
So I
I was just saying in that was a great intro, and I think the participants would like to know a little bit about. Maybe you could introduce yourself, and then maybe we could just talk about briefly how we know each other, how we came to do this live webinar together, and what brought us together.
Sure, absolutely. Before I start our introduction, if you don't mind, stay until the end because we will share 5 secrets on how to succeed in sales. And we will also share main qualities of new era people. And I also will share the principle of brain synchronization with you at the end of this session. And I will tell you how to help your dreams come true really easily with one technique, okay? And if you'd like to, we also have a list of future proof careers for you. So if you'd be interested to learn, just DM me. Okay. So, in terms of this topic, how we come to this and why we talk about this, I didn't come to the AI slash mindset conversation from the theory. It happened through 11 years of sales, IT solution in B2B markets across multiple countries, and also like built through a lifetime of learning my personal growth. So, and now I call myself as new reality architect, and I also head of business development at IT. So let's say this webinar is combination of my observation and insights. And by the way, Asil and I, we used to work as colleagues at iSpring, where we worked with the North American market. And I learned through your incredible skills, your videos, your calls. And guys, let's say while I have 3 university degrees and more than 20 certificates behind me, Asil was simply born with this gift. I mean, like she's so talented. Whenever you start listening to her, you cannot stop. Seriously, everybody come to the silence. So Asil, please tell us about yourself.
Yes, Ina, thank you so much. You're always generous with your compliments and with your praise. So I'm just as grateful to you. Yes, Ina and I have had the really fun times working at iSpring. I've been in tech sales for over 6 years now, and I've joined as an account executive the ad tech company right when COVID hit. And that was really great time to be in sales. It was really, a lot of things were happening. And Ina just came. I mean, it took me a while to just kind of like kick off. But Ina just came and she just like went, she was like a rocket. So absolutely. I don't know if it was my calls or my demos that did it, but I think it was just absolutely the energy that she brings to sales and just to the team around her, which kind of just vibrates. I think what she exudes or what she shows and the way she speaks, she brings. So that was really something that you could tell how the person positions himself and how the person sets themselves and the whole mindset and your good understanding of yourself is so important in sales, actually more than the skills. And I think this particular webinar is something that Ina and I feel very strongly about, the content that we're going to share. So yeah, that's in a nutshell. And then Now I've moved on into customer success because at some point I realized that I really felt passionate about delivering the value that I had promised during sales. And yeah, coming from different backgrounds as in nonprofits and even gold mining companies and working as account executive in pharma companies. So I've had my share of ups and downs working in sales. And I think anyone who's been in sales will know that it's not a stable job. It takes you through a very turbulent times, which we'll definitely talk about. So stay tuned.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and by the way, during our one of our conversation, we both noticed, because we have some kind of a sales IT background, right? We've noticed that now financial institutions and IT companies scramble to keep up with rapidly changing customer expectations, emerging innovations, and constant market disruption. So we both agreed that biggest bottleneck is rarely the technology right now. It is people mindset behind it. And companies are still operating with outdated thinking people, processes, outdated assumptions. So what does it mean, outdated people? It is more about their mindset often struggles to adapt as the market does. And they are like speed breaks for the company, and they think the old way is more reliable, for example. Or I often see that companies, especially in tech, they become trapped inside their own bubble. Yeah. And
Absolutely.
yeah, they are forced on the product, their roadmap, and their internal world, and that they lose sight of how quickly the world outside is changing. So they don't even think about this. This is important part. And in today's world, many companies still forget that the company is not just structure, strategy, and documentation. It is also, let's call it, a living information field, and I would say a field as well, because everything inside a company carries a certain frequency, and the way people think, interact with each other. Frequency and energetic resource, or hidden subconscious patterns, which these people believe, and their automatic behavioral dynamics affect business performance. And it became some kind of an invisible force that influences the entire company. I will tell you the example so you will understand what I mean. So imagine a head of sales who doesn't have a prosperity mindset. He's trapped in loans, debts, and constant pressure. So internally, he's living survival mode. This state doesn't only inside him, and it doesn't stay only inside him, right? He brings it to the company through his decisions, communications, reactions, leadership style, etc. He even if he involves in any kind of a communication with the clients, he will be pressure them, and he will be manipulating because he needs some kind of a sales, right? He needs sell his product, but he doesn't care about the company itself, let's say.
Because he has that money need. He needs money to fulfill, yes, his own need.
Absolutely, yeah, you understand me right. And if a person is operating from fear, lack, or survival, he will most likely attract the same type of people around him. And he don't see any opportunities, abundance, and yeah, so
Makes sense, because we always hear what you think you attract, right?
Absolutely.
And that's the same law that works here.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. So, and very often from this state, people start, as I mentioned, pressure on the client, manipulating, control, or fear-based communication. This is the most interesting word I can use right now, right? So, and not because they are bad people, but because internally they have trying, they're trying to just survive. That's it. And the question is, what kind of prosperous result can this type of person bring to this company, right? Let's say if we are speaking like in another way, and I went through lots of different managers and leaders at my past job in the banking and other jobs. I don't want to tell the name of the companies, you don't need it. But the internal state of the leader always affects the team, the culture, and the results. And now
Completely.
imagine a completely different situation when a person comes to work full of energy, clarity, inner strength, smile, etc. He's genuinely positive, inspired, and open. He's not pretending, no fake smile, no hidden stress, disappointment, etc. He's truly has some kind of a resourceful state, and his
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
mindset and communication, everything tells us about, oh God, this is an amazing person. And naturally, he carries this some kind of an influencing, and he will bring some kind of opportunities for the company. Yeah, I mean, you understand what I mean, right?
Absolutely, yes. Because, and I know, I understand that what you're saying is that, a person in the sales leadership or all in sales or any other position, it's not that we're saying that you should be completely free of debt or that you shouldn't have loans or anything like that. Everybody does, right? I mean, not everybody, but like most of us have. But I think what makes a difference is how what your mindset is. If you're constantly worried about, if you're constantly thinking about, that's the kind of energy you're building. If you're constantly thinking, I have to cover for mortgage, I have to cover this and this and this, and that actually creates the energy around you. So that kind of scarcity mindset that you're constantly in need, as opposed to I'm resourceful, I'm looking for abundance, I am abundant, right? So that's what I'm understanding, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And probably here is the right way to say that I have clients, my new clients, I mean, like this is my hobby, through business audits and quantum level diagnostics. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say the smaller the company, the stronger the influence of each team member. So if
Mm-hmm.
you have burned out team, no results can be reached. Of course, the bigger the company, the more complex the process, but anyway, you should understand that. Mhm.
Right, right. The other thing I was thinking about lately is that how sometimes you feel in a company. Sometimes you feel like a little fish in a small fish tank, right? Your environment is so limited, it's so constructed, it's almost like it gives you your like a phobia, right? Claustrophobia. But it already it's like you almost need to shrink to get smaller to fit into your role, to fit into the company expectations and the culture and whatever. And that's not really the environment you want to be in, right? You may want to be, and that's the thing, is that when you are the fish in a small tank, your growth, your mindset will be proportionate to the environment that you find yourself in. I thought a lot about that, just kind of reflecting on the different teams and companies that I've worked with. And some companies have been like the ocean, right? They are so big, their mindset, their whole operational level, it is such a level that it makes you not shrink, but actually grow into that big, mighty blue whale, if you will. And you can. That's the potential. If you have the potential, if you want to, that's the kind of environment you want to be in to be able to grow and not be limited within the environment. Because that really affects how you think about yourself, about your potential, what you can do, and about your capacity. And if you have that, whether you have the limited mindset of a small fish tank or a small goldfish in a fish tank, let's just put it that way, or if you want to be the blue, the big blue whale in the ocean. So that really to me is just, wow, like think about it. Um, and I'm sure in your case, what you were sharing is that you worked in different companies and etc. In that, have you come across people like that? Have you come across people or companies that, or in sales teams where you felt like that, where you felt either like a small goldfish or a big whale?
Sure, like absolutely, totally agree with you at this point. I even, faced with another issue in sales. then people still believe that sales is kind of a perfect script, a template, a process, and they're trying to find certain gaps here. It's okay, or they also think that outdated cold emails or outreach sequence will help them. But no, new world, let's call it like this, new world is demanding new mindset. And I also tried, in my case right now, I tried to use my scripts, my steps, and my templates with another salespeople, but they don't work, because beyond the script, what really matters is the strength of your intention, and the energy you bring. So, like, sales is far away from scripts, CRMs, techniques, and like KPIs. For me, sales is about mindset, energy, creativity. Gosh, this is my favorite part. And sales is what you truly transmit. And even if people don't consciously understand that they feel, but they definitely feel confidence, they feel pressure, they feel openness, they feel your honesty. So whenever you're trying to earn money and close the deal, client will feel it, even like through the screen. Absolutely. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
like
You know what? It just absolutely resonates, because when you think that to be successful in sales, you need the perfect script, you need the perfect cold email template, or you need the perfect pitch, right? You are afraid that the AI will take your job, because those are the things that AI can do. Those are the things that you can automate with AI. What you cannot automate is your human mindset, is your creativity, is your rethinking, your cognitive capability. How are you going to adapt continuously? And for me, sales is one of those, professions where you're constantly challenged. You have to constantly question yourself, almost like, what am I doing? Am I adapting? Because the market is shifting all the time. Customers are shifting all the time. What they were thinking before, it has changed. It's evolving faster than any time before. Remember the old tales that we used to hear, is like people would come to a sales team, and then you bring with your ideas, your creative ideas, and then the head of sales says, no, we'll do it our way, because we've always done it that
yeah.
way and it's always worked, right? That's a perfect example of why change, right? And that's just, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and actually, about these people, I would like to mention one important thing. Right now, people still believe that human being is only a physical body, and but we are much more complex. A person is like a very advanced computer, and we carry inner codes, patterns, and memories from our family system, childhood, past experience, as you mentioned right now. Yeah, because we
Right.
used to do like that. And subconscious mind don't yeah, and like subconscious mind, let's say. And in terms of this combination, let's say in your example, your family history, people were really afraid for speaking up, or they were afraid, or they were killed for big money. That means your subconscious patterns and your subconscious mind will have some kind of a program like, it is dangerous to be seen, or big money is not safe for me, or if I become successful, I may be judged, rejected, or attacked. And that means these programs will not let you to invent any AI technology or any another new solutions on new world, etc. And this is why lots of companies trapped in this bubble as well. So when these programs are running inside you, even if you consciously want success, you want millions and billions, it is impossible, because your subconscious will block you and will prevent some kind of a to stay safe. And
Right.
sometimes, like, these beliefs come from your yeah, from even society, because we used to think like that. And if in your mind money was linked to loss and stress, you may still see something dangerous in big monies rather than desires. So that means you will neglect certain big, I don't know, deals, or you will have
Opportunities.
fears to talk to like people who have lots of money, etc. So yeah, it's really important to know.
Yeah. So essentially, what we're saying in that is that whether or not you're successful in sales is not about skills, is not about the perfect script or templates, is not about the perfect product, right? Not even that, because what we don't realize is the programs that are running in the background in our subconscious that are making decisions for us. We may not be aware of them, but they are affecting how we behave, how we operate, and how we bring ourselves to with our customers.
Absolutely. Like we don't always get what we want. More often, we create outcomes that are consistent with what we believe is possible. Like
I
believe that
see. I
safe
see.
chances for me, or this is available for me. So that means we attract it, definitely.
Right.
But the good news, these programs,
There's a way out of this.
yeah. And just like software can be reload, uploaded, or inner patterns can also be rewritten. It is possible. So this is what we do, and you've tried it by yourself, so you know how it works.
Absolutely.
So this is
Yeah.
exactly the type of work I do right now, and I love it. The combination of tech, like speed, and let's say the ability of changing is also really important. This is
Right.
exactly the kind of work which helped me to bring my current company to extent growth last year. Because whenever I came, I saw certain gaps, let's say, and we rebuilt certain things, and then they were surprised that it can work like this, because I have no limits, never. Because my mom said me when I was small that everything is possible, so
Right.
thanks.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we can think of it. I can say that everything is possible. I can do anything. But if internally we're not internalizing that, if we're not accepting it or manifesting it, it's not going to work. And I think your biggest talent is actually helping people not only just say it verbally, but actually manifest it, actually act upon it. And I love that about you.
Yeah.
That's what has, at least for me, that has really worked, is that okay, I can hear it, but and one of the best coaches that I know, they never talk about your skills or your professional background. It has nothing to do with that. They always want to work with you as a human being, with how you think, with what you think, and how you can reinvent your reality. I know you have a lot of good, cool things to talk about reality and architecting your life, so talk about
Sure,
it.
sure, sure. I also would like to mention that you're absolutely right. And right now, it doesn't care, like nobody cares what you can do as a professional. Everybody cares who are you when you do it, and what statement and energy you, let's say, radiant, to the people. If you have zero energy, negativity mind, like impossible. And I would also like to mention the thing that people don't come into your life by accident, and opportunities don't come into your life by accident. You create them. They often mirror the subconscious programs, beliefs, and emotional patterns you still carry inside yourself. So whenever I hear from salespeople, "Oh, clients are so bad, not enough money, they don't care, whatever." No, it's not about clients; it's about you. You have it. Your
Right.
external reality is often
Or
the
salespeople usually say, "Oh, there is not enough
yeah,
leads, or not enough, I don't
yeah,
know, no shows for the demos," right? Or we're saying no budget for the product, or
absolutely.
that kind of stuff. So we are essentially saying that's the kind of product, or that's the kind of clients that we are attracting, actually, with our
So
internal energy. Yeah,
and like
that's
guys, like whenever you like it or not, we are constantly creating our experience in our life. And you are not just a participant in your reality, you are the life architect. And that's actually good, because life is kind of a realistic game. So play this role with pleasure and smile.
Yeah, yeah. And I was thinking about when you talk a lot about, changing your mindset and kind of changing the way you think about yourself, changing what's running in the background, and then changing that program so that your reality changes with you. And I think that's what really differentiates us from AI. If you're not authentic, if you're not constantly challenging yourself, rethinking, reinventing yourself, what makes you different from AI,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
If you're
true, true.
not that really, and that's what we're saying, that the whole hype and fear around AI is taking your job. No, that's not it. You are human, that's AI. We're talking about two very different entities. One
Uh,
is a living and breathing human being with creative mind. The other is a machine that learns from you. And I think that's the power to get back, and that's the kind of power that Ina, I think you help people find in themselves, even when they're like when they're constantly challenging, or when they're doubting themselves. I'm sure in sales, imposter syndrome is like everybody has felt it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But by the way, because right now we are talking and comparing, like kind of comparing AI and personal thing. So maybe we could summarize what we've talked about so far,
Yeah.
and like what qualities people need to have to be successful in sales. And I think not only in sales, but in the market of HR like this.
Yeah, in any job, in any profession,
Yeah,
actually. In the world of
sure.
AI, what's going to make you keep your job and be successful?
Sure, sure. Because like let's say I separate the old world and the future world, because
Mm,
the future world belongs to people who are willing to take responsibility to their inner world, to their reactions, to their outside world. Yeah. So, and I know that maybe that sounds, for somebody that sounds kind of a spiritual, but in the new era, your mindset, your presence, and your experience, which you create for others, not your past background, right,
I love it.
will matter far more than the task you perform.
Absolutely. I
Um,
love that.
yeah, and even your income. If right now you're struggling from your income, just go inside your mind. So let's say,
Can I just add here a little bit, Inna, because
yeah,
I think this is really important, and that's why we talk about this particular, subject or content within the context of sales. Because Inna and obviously I, are currently still working in sales. But what Inna is saying, that how we talk about creating a customer-centric experience, a buying experience, right? And what you're saying is that by rethinking, by changing your mindset, you're changing your experience, not your own individual experience, but the experience for others. And I think that is so crucial, actually, saying that by changing the energy, the subconscious, the people will start thinking of you differently. They will see you differently.
yeah, absolutely. So, and I would say from my work, because I work with people a lot, I've summarized for and create some kind of a list of qualities which are really like crucially important, for everybody. Let's
Mhm.
say that I think that a successful person understands the importance of spirituality, taking care of their body, nutrition, inner state, and they also know how one destructive person or one destructive dialogue in their environment can cost them $1 million mistake in business. Because
Mm.
whenever you communicate with negative people, you some kind of a connect with them. I will tell you about this law a little bit later. But I would say I've noticed that the most valuable people in the future will be integrators. Let's call them integrators. People who can
Mm.
combine technology, I don't know, physiology, business, creativity, spirituality. Because I'm doing Kundalini yoga. Yeah, I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher, and I noticed that people can go high, but they cannot come to the earth and real world and experience it in some like practical way. Or another way, which I see a lot in businesses, they don't care about spirituality. In New World, it is impossible. You need to integrate all of this stuff together. So
Mm-hmm.
another thing I've noticed, and this is kind of a radical thing, you need to be honest with yourself first. The more you feed your imagination with negativity or unrealistic thoughts, the worse for you, because
Mm-hmm.
your body, your mindset, like your beliefs, everything needs to be together. Because whenever your mindset think that you are bad, of course, your body will start have any diseases or the opposite. Your body tells you what to do inside your life whenever it just shows you what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
a lot like people can sense like manipulation for
Mm-hmm.
sure. And I would say
Absolutely.
that yeah, the real growth starts when you are willing to see and admit that you are lying to yourself, or you're trying to find excuse, or you're procrastinating, or you have some fears in driving decisions, or whenever you come to work you have fake smiles. So impossible, it won't work. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like, for
Or
instance, I know a lot of people who have not worked in sales, they think it's sleazy, it's,
yeah,
slimy and manipulative. If you think with that, if you come to work in sales with that mindset,
yeah.
well, why ask yourself, why do you think that way? What made you think that way? What experience that you had that made you think that way, right?
Yeah, absolutely right. Because even in new world, it's going to be harder and harder to sell empty promises, manipulations, fake expertise, because people are becoming more sensitive. So
Mm-hmm.
the more you work on your sensitivity, the more you can understand from the first word or even first sight, that okay, I'm not going to work with this person. Easy, 1 second, that's it. So, and body awareness, I would say the another quality and ability to distinguish intuition from anxiety, or to understand who is lying, who is not,
Oh,
where
that's
is
a
like
really good
reality,
one.
where is not reality. Yeah. Because
Mm-hmm.
we need to understand where I have stress and pressure, and whenever it's kind of like my frustration or my beliefs, it's important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I like that how you stressed understanding the difference between anxiety and the intuition, right? I
Yeah.
think a lot of us who work in sales can definitely relate to that.
Anxiety mode.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Every quarter, every end of the quarter, anxiety kicks in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no stress, just meditate. And I also noticed, and I would say this is my favorite part, creativity thinking is no longer an option. It is must have. Because for me, every client is a mountain, and I love hiking. So every time when I see this mountain, okay, I need to climb. And I faced lots of like closed doors when I was working not online but in person. I love that clients because first we start like bye bye, and then when I came to them like more and more times, we became friends and like and etc. So I even been on their weddings days.
Yeah,
So it
yeah. That's how
depends.
you build connections and network and
Yeah,
rapport.
and
And
this
yeah,
is the best mountain for me. The most
yeah.
interesting one challenge.
Yeah, it's the mountain that you've climbed and then just went the other side. So basically
Yeah,
overcome the
true,
challenge.
true.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with you. I think the rediscovering our humanness, our spirituality, all our creativity, everything that we as human beings stand for, that's what's going to differentiate us from AI. And that's what's going to really speak to the clients, to the customers, to anyone that you're talking. Bring the humanness in you, bring your authentic self, rediscover, and actually bring the best version of yourself. And how do you
True.
become the best version of yourself is actually, if you're not able to discover it and to your true potential, then obviously, people can work with you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, just not to be like misleading people who are listening, this is not about meditation and I'll just sit there and just manifest it. No, no, no. You have to act upon it. Like you actually reflect on what you're doing right, what you're not doing right.
True.
Where does the imposter syndrome kick in? What fears you have, right? Think about those things. And then if you have something, just act on it. You know what to do, you know where to go for help. Constantly, like we said, challenging yourself, working on yourself is really important. And once you've learned something, this is probably like one of the most important things that I've learned in sales. The knowledge and information that you learn today gets outdated in like 5 minutes because everything is shifting so fast. I think we talked about this, right, Ina?
Yeah.
So whatever you learn, apply it ASAP, like right now. Be the Insta actor. You learn something, you do it. Don't procrastinate. Don't delay it. Do it now. I think that's also the rule of universe. If you don't do it now, nothing's going to
Absolutely,
change.
absolutely. The only thing I would like to mention before acting, just bring yourself to inner stability, because people who understand and feel themselves, that's why we use meditations or another calmness, or maybe you can go and walk around nature, etc. But you need to understand like what you want exactly. You need to be balancing yourself.
Right.
So yeah, and after that, act.
Right.
Not
Just
inside the anxiety mode.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. I think imposter syndrome is often obviously looked at as a bad, something negative, but I've actually learned to live with it because it's something that kicks in all the time. And I think it's a good ingredient that we have. It's something that AI will never have imposter syndrome. AI will hallucinate. If it doesn't know something, it will just make it up, right? We know that for sure. But we
Yeah.
human beings have that. We should be able to use that ability, the imposter syndrome or anxiety or whatever that you usually experience, and question ourselves so that we can redirect it to growth and development. Yeah.
Yeah, there is like a lot of memes regarding this topic, anxiety, nervous system, etc. And my teachers always say like everybody can meditate inside the temple. It's easy, but whenever we go
Mm,
outside the world, we have war, political situations, we have loans, etc. So in that case, here you start building yourself. So you need to some kind of a ground all your meditative, let's say, experience on this earth. And you need to start thinking another way, acting another way as a human who just know how to return to yourself. So
right.
this is the important thing. Yeah. Mhm.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. I think we have a few minutes more. If we've worked with Ajay and I enjoy working with you and, going to your sessions. But if people who watch this webinar and they wanted to work with you and contact you, what would be the best way that they could reach out to you?
Yeah, just DM me first
On
or
LinkedIn,
DM
right?
me. Whenever you have any questions, like, yeah, we are here for you. We also promise to share 5 top secrets, and some of them we've already mentioned. But so if you can give your secrets to summarize, for everybody, and I can give mine. And I also would like to give one interesting practice for you so you can start using it now.
Right. Yeah. No, that's a good one. I think one of the things that was really big, for me in sales and how I found my own, like, unique voice is I really cared. I really cared for, the people that I worked with. And I think some of the best advice that I've gotten was just, you work in sales, but stop thinking about sales or stop thinking about money. It's not about sales. It's not about money. What you're doing essentially, you're talking to people and you're trying to help solve them a problem. That's the focus. That's it. The value of the product, the value of the service is as good as the problem that it solves, and everything else is secondary. So I think that would be the secret sauce or
Sure,
ingredient that
sure,
I would
sure.
share.
Yeah, and I would add it's some kind of you need to love people, right? Because
Oh
they
yeah,
can do it.
absolutely,
Yeah, like
absolutely.
you,
Yeah,
you do everything from your heart, and that's it. Everything will have become the best way and the best version of the situation you need to.
absolutely. Yeah, because your energy, the way that you bring yourself to the table, the energy that you bring, it's going to mirror. I mean, it's people can read it. Reading the room. That's what we say, right? The people that your clients can read you.
Sure. So like be the energy you want to receive. This is
Absolutely.
important.
You
Yeah.
nailed it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
True. Maybe additionally, I would add that energy and your statement are important. So, and as we mentioned in this webinar, work on yourself. Yeah, be honest, act. Yeah, and work on yourself, on all your bodies, all your energy, and everything you need. If you need some kind of advice or direction, please contact me directly. I will be happy to help. And
Awesome.
I don't know, so if you'd like to add anything else, or if not, I would like to share the law, how to brain synchronize with other people's and
I think
people.
go ahead. Yeah, we want to be respectful of people's time. So I think we have a few minutes more. So go ahead and share.
Sure. So I would like to share with you how the brain synchronization principle works. Knowing this principle will help you to receive what you want very easily and disconnect from negativity very easily as well. So every time when you leave your house, you need to understand that your PC, your computer, your Pentium of your brain synchronizes with another Pentiums of other people and other people's brain because
Right.
it's just easier for you to understand. And it is nature. You can't do anything without that unless you buy a private island and relocate to this and live alone. Wonderful, but
Completely isolated from other people.
yeah, absolutely.
When you
So
say synchronize, you mean by reacting to other people, by reacting to events, we synchronize with them?
yeah, it's not only reaction, but whenever they say, yeah, maybe it's reaction as well. So whenever you say something, or whenever you even think about, or whenever you judge this person,
Ah, I
that's it.
see.
You are emotionally involved. That's it. You are in his world. And
Okay.
if you meet a negative person or a poor person, and you synchronize with him by involving, you enter another person's, let's say, human matrix or their system or their world, and you take all of this, we call it like karma or something. And here's like very simple but important thing. You need to say to your brain to give your brain some kind of a command, unload or release. And whenever you say this, like unload and release, so instead of carrying all of this thing during your day,
The negativity.
unload. Yeah. I always do that whenever I come to my parents. I love them, but they watch a lot of news. I hate them, I cannot stand. So whenever I hear, I don't need to watch them because when I come to them and during 1 hour,
They'll give you the brief of the news.
oh yeah, whenever I just get out from their house, I say
Yeah.
I unload or I release, however it works. Trust
Yeah.
me, your words, brain can hear that, and you give your brain the command.
Cool.
And another, like the opposite thing, like whenever you'd like to get something, in that case, you need to imagine your dream life, your Lamborghini, your villa by the sea, your like flowers, birds singing on the terrace, a personal driver, like a private jet, whatever you want to. And whenever you see all of this stuff, you just look at them and you tell yourself, I synchronize. And here you need to be emotionally involved and you need to say, oh God, what an amazing car. Cool private jet. Oh, this man has such an amazing suit or something. Or every time when I see beautiful ladies, I always say, oh gosh, you're so beautiful. I even can come to this lady and give her a compliment, And that means my brain is synchronizing and I focus on very good thing which I want. And whenever you start doing this exercise during a couple of weeks, you will see how your world is changing because you will clean your storage on your brain from negative things and then upload very positive which you want. And your brain will accept it as a command that, okay, here I need to start going to this direction. So and this is kind
I
of
think what
very
you're saying is also here important when you see something that you really like. So, for instance, if I'm just walking down the street, I see a beautiful car. Instead of being jealous that somebody
yeah,
has a car that I want, you actually want to be genuinely happy for the person. It's like,
yeah,
wow, this
true.
person has my
From your
dream
heart.
car from your heart. Exactly. I want to be the person. I want to be the
Yeah,
person that's
true.
driving my dream car. That is synchronizing with the
Yeah.
positive, with what you want, what you desire, right?
True. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, there's a practical tool.
to try it and then share in DM. So
Yeah.
if this video was truly useful for you, or you have any questions, feel free to contact us. We have lots of in our treasure chest, so I hope to see you again and again. And if you're struggling with your mindset and you need to understand what kind of a subconscious program is playing with you right now in your life, I'm here for you to help. And
Awesome.
thank you.
Awesome.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been really cool to chat. And I hope to see everyone at our next live sessions.
Yay!
Thanks so much for your
Have an
time and have
amazing
a great day.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.